Hello everyone and welcome to Last Week Tonight, the show where we talk about all matters while still being entertaining. My name is Alexander and as usual, I will be your host. As of today, the topic at hand is quite vast and diverse. India, as some of you may know, is a country with a rich historical background as well as a great culture. However, it does have a blind spot in terms of gender equality, where it would be quite the understatement to say that women are having a bit of a hard time. I know. For this special story today, we've gathered some of our best reporters who will shed some light on the situation. Isn't that right? Eldona?
Yes, thank you, Alex. So, according to UNICEF, poverty, local cultural practices, and women's role in India mainly contribute to gender inequality in education. In different areas of the country, girls are still considered more suitable for housework and marriage rather than education. These obstacles to gender equality led to a huge gap of literacy in India, where in 2021, male literacy accounted for 84.7% and female literacy for 70.3%. However, India has made some improvements. It's about damn time. 2021, the same report showed a steady rise in the number of girls attending compulsory school. It is clearly good news. However, it found as well that girls are pushed more into governmental schools, whereas boys more into private schools. Indeed, Indian families prefer to invest in a better education for their sons rather than their daughters. To encourage gender equality in education, the Indian government has also implemented some programs like Education for All, which provides free and compulsory school on a national scale. So this was Eldona Mandia, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eldona. This was really interesting. And speaking of the government, a little friend of mine told me that you had something to say about it. Isn't that right? Vlada?
I sure do, Alex.
For 25 years, men have blocked the adoption of the 33% women seat law in the lower house of parliament. Today, only 61 women sit in the lower house out of its 543 seats. However, women are not absent from the political scene. For example, in 2019, Priyanka Gandhi, granddaughter of Indira Gandhi, was appointed General Secretary of the Congress Party. But for the first time in 2019, 40% of the seats in the Indian parliament will be held by women. This is an increase, but still low compared to the world average of 24%. For 2019 election year, there were 750 women candidates compared to 7,300 men. Of these women candidates, less than half had a higher level of education. Despite a good achievement in terms of women's education, the recruitment rate for the year 2018 was only 26%, one of the lowest in the world. Moreover, according to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, men earn 56% more than women in the workplace. Thank you, Alex.
Fuck, it sure seems like men are living their best life over there. With this much inequality in terms of salary, no wonder that women need to rely on a brother or a father figure in order to be financially stable. Because of this, we can understand why women don't get the luxury to choose their partner. Speaking of which, Miss Bizet will develop more on the subject. Melin, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Alex. Majority of the world allows women to marry at 18-year-old, which is also the UN prescribed age for marriage. But on December 16th, the Indian government decided to change this age to 21-year-old. You may think it's good news for gender parity to bring down teenage pregnancies and infant mortality and allow women more chances for work and education, but in fact, not that much. UNICEF estimates that each year at least 1.5 million girls under 18 get married in India. In fact, underage marriage accounts for 27% in rural India and 15% in urban India. And this is still a current issue. The National Family Health Survey shows that in 2021, 23.3% of women aged before 20 and 24-year-old were married off before 18. And this is due to the fact that in India, the moment a daughter is born, parents worry about having her married as fast as possible to keep a good image of the family. And this is important to know that due to the strong cultural values, 90% of those parents arrange the marriages. So this law probably won't change anything after all. This was Méline Bizet. Back to you, Alex.
Thanks, Méline. Another thing that has not changed is the violence against women in and outside of marriages, a subject that one of our best experts wants to tackle. Anaïs, you're up.
Thanks, Alex, for the compliment. India is a country marked by a particularly high rate of abuse against women. The gang rape of Jyoti Singh in 2012 and her death on 29 December 2012 has notably alarmed the world about sexual violence against women, as well as the flaws of its judicial system. This gang case rape engendered an exceptional application of the death penalty in India by the judicial authorities and an extension of the sentences for rapists from 7 to 10 years to 20 years. Rapes and sexual violence are also mainly present in the marital area. For the record, according to the UN Population Fund, about 70% of women aged between 15 and 49 years old are sexually abused or beaten, and 90% of rapes are marital rapes. Men who behave like that deserve to be at this bottle in the trash. The rate of dirty death is also the highest in India, with 8,329 dirty deaths reported in 2010. By definition, this term refers to women who are killed because the dirty death is insufficient for their marriage. Sexual harassment is also rampant, with over 80% of women claiming to have been sexually assaulted. The hashtag #MeToo for women like us, poor enforcement of the India's sexual harassment law highlighted the situation of women who are unable to denounce sexual abuse committed in their workplace because most of them work in the informal sector and thus still face ostracism and fear of reprisals if they speak out. Thank you very much, Alex, for having me in your show.
Thank you very much. This was truly captivating. Well, what have we learned today? In retrospect, India has made some major improvement, but it still has a long way to go before achieving gender equality. Whether it is through education or the everyday life, or through the severe case of violence against women that still won't go away. Speaking of which, if you know someone who lives in India and is going through this kind of situation, there is a special number that they can call, which you can find right here. Well, that was truly a blast. My name is Alexander, and as usual, the show will return, same time, same channel. Thank you everyone, goodbye.